Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Joni Young here and I'm showing you everything I know about painting clouds. Everything will be listed below in the description box. We're going to be working on an 18 by 24 canvas using Thalo blue and turquoise and white. Let's begin using a 2-inch large blending brush with a bit of water. White and Thalo blue. I'm just going to start blending this paint around the canvas. A little bit more water. I still have that phthalo blue and white in my brush, and I'm going to pull into the turquoise now. A little bit more white, and I'm going to begin right here. Blend it up, small circles. This really helps to get that paint coverage quickly, so if you don't want your paint to dry fast, it's a good way of doing it. I just think that adding a little bit of turquoise to the sky can be really pretty. Okay, so now that we've got a nice coverage, I'm going to come in and start painting some puffy clouds. So I've got a 1-inch oval, and this is Princeton. I'm going to get a little bit of water on my brush. White paint, and I'm just going to start pulling that paint around, twirling my brush, making all those little half circles or full circles if you want. I often go clockwise, then counterclockwise for painting clouds. And you want to have your clouds going in all different directions. So because I'm painting wet on wet, I'm adding this white paint to a wet canvas with this blue and turquoise underneath. I'm getting lots of lighter shades of the blue and the turquoise. And then I'll just build up the white and all the highlights from here. So I'm reloading my brush here, and I'm gonna do a little twist like this. Just for some different looking clouds. And I'll go back into those little circles. Now what you can also do is take a clean, dry blending brush or mop brush and soften what you've put on there. So that's another thing you can do. So I like to build up layers. So I'll have a cloud here, and then I'll put another one in front of it by reloading my brush. Of course, you leave a little space. So I'll do that, then I'll soften. Soften, and then I come back in with another layer in front. There's just endless techniques and ways of painting clouds. I've just gotten this one a little bit wet so I can soften a little bit easier because this paint is beginning to dry. Now you guys might see an empty dog bed over there. Tilly is actually right next to my feet right now. Apparently she doesn't want to be in her little bed. Usually she's always in that bed when I'm in here painting. So you can also just do these little twists with your brush. And then I will show you another brush that I like to use for clouds, and it's a Filbert. Get this a little bit wet. Dry it off of my towel. Pull into the paint and then I wiggle and push the paint right on the tip of my brush. I'm going to make these ones a little bit smaller up here, and I will switch over to a liner brush. I'm just rinsing my brush off. I'm going to go back and very softly blend underneath here. Now you could have some little sun rays in here if you wanted. I'll show you quickly how to do that too. It's always nice to add some sun rays in a painting, I think. Just add some smaller ones right up in here. Hopefully you guys are learning a lot. I get more questions about painting clouds than anything, I think. I would just experiment with using different brushes until you find what works for you and what you feel comfortable, the most comfortable with. Okay, so I'll just show you how to do a few sun rays here. Got my number 11 flat brush. Getting it a little bit wet first. So what you want is watered down, definitely not dripping, but watered down, loose, thin, transparent paint. And which way do we want the sun rays going? Maybe this way? We'll start from here. We can go over this edge here too. If we take some of that off, that's okay. It's really easy to fix that. So I'll line my brush up here. If my paint's not blending well, then I know I need more water. Okay, so it's kind of the texture of the paint on my canvas is sort of a little bit sticky and tacky, and it's not letting me pull these out how I'd like to. We'll just pull a few like that. You can make some of them brighter. Like that. And then I take a bit more white paint. Add it up there. I might here too. I'm going to go to my little liner brush. It's number 1. And just start adding some little squiggles in like this. I'm going to put some of these in front. And after this dries, if we feel like it's too bright, we can go over and add a sort of a filter over transparent color, just to give it a different shade, tone it down a little bit, which I probably will do depending on how long I want this video to be. So yes, you want those kind of circly round shaped clouds, but you also want to have little imperfect squiggly lines and vein types of patterns in your clouds. And this is where I have the most fun painting them. I'm going to take a little bit of turquoise with my white and add some pretty little turquoise ones in here. Play up on some color there. And maybe do the same with some phthalo blue. Get some water on my brush, and maybe down here we'll have some darker blue, and then add a highlight on top like that. And then what you want to do, of course, is blend this out. So using a dry blending brush like this. You want to soften, maybe take a little bit of that blue, bring it down in here. A little bit of white, come in front. Now I want to switch over to another brush. Just back over to my Filbert. And right about here, I'm going to bring another puffy white cloud. A little bit of turquoise in it. Just going to blend a little bit here. Take a bit more white on one of my, this is my oval brush. Okay, so as we come to the end of this video, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot today. I've offered some really great tips and techniques and some of my secrets that I've learned from over the years, so I hope you found this really helpful. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more. See you next time, guys. Bye!